Guys, we are here at my work. Yeah, that's right. I work at American Legend Aircraft. And right now I am going to interview Dan Reynolds, the one, the only Dan Reynolds. I get asked about him more than anybody. I think people think Dan and I are best friends just because we have the engine in the rear of our plane. But I have a lot of questions to ask him. And yeah, so we're gonna go do that right now. I'm here in the capacity most of the time yesterday, and then the first part of today as a Legend employee making YouTube videos for Legend's YouTube channel. So I'm gonna put that down in the description. Yeah, as you can see, security is actually really good, so that's awesome. But yeah, so I think people think that we're friends just because of the type of airplanes we have, and this is the first time I've ever met him, but we've been Facebook friends, so I'm excited to talk to him, and it should be pretty awesome. What I was saying before all this though is go over down to the description and subscribe to Legend's YouTube channel, because I'm gonna be doing videos there too. Probably not exactly the same way I do these videos, but you know, pretty close nonetheless. So I'd appreciate if you guys did that. And Dan's plane's all the way over there, so we're gonna go catch up with him. Guys, I found Dan, and yesterday I found him, and I actually thought he wasn't gonna show up today because I kind of threatened him. I said, hey Dan, I plan on building an airplane that's gonna smoke your airplane. I'll step back. And he thought it was great. So I'm gonna start off with saying, Dan, everybody thinks that you and I are best friends for some reason, because I get more questions about you than anybody, because simply because the engine's in the back of your plane, people go, oh, well, you must know Dan. So this interview is going to be us solving these questions. Are you down for that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool.
Let's get at her.
For starters, let's just talk about your airplane really quick. What is your airplane? Horsepower, engine, all that good stuff.
So it started out as a 1983 Birdman WT-11. Okay. It was a single-seat airplane when they were out of the manufacturer in Edmonton, Birdman Enterprises, and they started with a 27-horse single engine or single cylinder belt drive Rotax engine on, because I bought one. Okay. That was the very first one that I bought. And then in a few years they made a two-place, but they didn't call it the Plus 2. The Plus 2 came back from ASAP when that company bought them out. So anyway, this plane here, the only thing original on it, I got a wrecked 1983 WT-11 from a friend, and I took the data plate off of it and built this plane around it. So I call it a WT-11 because it's registered to that. We have to have them registered in Canada. Yeah. And the dimensions are pretty much the same as a WT-11, but nothing else.
What about the engine? I saw it says Rotax Rick, and obviously in our world he's making a lot of engines. What is that one?
So it is from Rotax Rick.
Let's walk over there real quick.
So this engine is from Rotax Rick. Okay. I sourced out when I decided to go into heavy competition. I started with a 618. Okay. And up against the competitors I was with, I wanted more power. So I ordered up a 670 from Rick, and because I'd heard mixed reviews, but the 670 is a proven little engine and a snow machine, and they had intentions of making them for aircraft. They just never went the final step in the production. So if you get the right model 670, it has the mounting for dual ignition. It has all the stuff there for the Provision 8 gear drive. Yeah. It's all in the casing. And
I see you flying, I would say we're Facebook friends, so I see you flying other places in the place. Obviously you trust it for longevity, for longer trips. Or you tone it down when you do that, maybe.
Well, if you look at it, on this airframe, in cruise, when I'm flying around the backcountry, this engine's not even using 50% of its horsepower. Okay. Wow. So with that in mind, yeah, okay, maybe if you run it wide open, the 670 is not going to be reliable because it doesn't have as big a crank shaft bearings and stuff as what the aircraft production ones do. But when you look at it on this platform, I thought, well, I'm going to try it for competition if nothing else. Yeah. And then I can always go back to a 582 or 618 for backcountry flying. And you haven't had any cooling or heating issues? No. Okay, good. No, I have not. I've had a couple issues with the 670, but they're all self-induced and maintenance stuff on them. I like that you can admit that. My engine out was self-induced, so yeah. Most of them are. Yeah. Not all of them, but most of them you can point back to something that you did or someone did. Absolutely. That caused this to do what it did. Absolutely. And I've had really good luck. Like I have over 7,000 hours on two-stroke engines, and I fly a lot in the backcountry.
What's your favorite two-stroke engine? Since my channel seems to be a two-stroke channel, what's your favorite?
If you want to look at the track record and probably the most reliable, proven two-stroke engine, I would have to say the 503. It is the simplest. I would put 800 hours on a 503. Now, I'm not saying everyone out there in this world should do that, because jetting is super important. Where it's stored, how long it's stored. So I would fly it really well often. I'd go trapping just about every 4 or 5 days. So the engine's running lots, not working hard on the platform, and you're also jetting right.
Okay.
And at 800 hours, those things had a lot of life left in them.
Guys, sorry, we're here at STOL and there's a lot of engine noise. Okay, the question I get asked the most is because, and it's weird that people ask me this, but because you are Canadian and your airplane is registered in Canada, what are the difference between what you can do in Canada with this airplane that, like, for example, I could do with my Challenger here in America, it registered as experimental amateur built? Is there any difference? How does that work?
So our rules in Canada are a lot more laxed, but than your guys. So we started out like you with an ultralight category. And you didn't need a license, but it had a certain weight limit, and which was pretty minimal. And we ended up killing quite a few people and having accidents. Anyway, make a long story short, Transport Canada didn't like that. So they thought, okay, we're going to change this around. We're going to let these guys build stronger aircraft, but we're going to make them have a license and get some sort of training. So that's what they did. Which is nice, because it allows the person who doesn't have a big pocketbook to get into flying quite reasonably. Absolutely. These little planes here, this is registered as a basic ultralight, not an advanced, because I can't have an advanced because I built it. Okay. To be an advanced status where you can actually haul passengers and go do things like that in Canada, it has to be approved and it has to be manufactured by a company. So that company gets certification basically. And you cannot put any parts on or change any parts on that aircraft that aren't from the factory. Well, right now there's nobody producing Chinook parts in Canada anymore. Yeah. So all these advanced ultralights are going to have an issue if they have to change any parts.
So the big difference is you guys have to follow more regulations from the manufacturer, where we can just duct tape it. Yeah. In essentially.
So, but with that said, with this plane, I built this whole plane and designed it different than the original on the data plate, and there's no inspection required. I don't have to follow everything to a T. Yeah. So I don't even have to keep a logbook. That's awesome. But I do have to have a minimum of a private or an ultralight license.
Okay, I'm assuming you're a private pilot though, right?
No,
no, just
commercial.
Oh, commercial. Okay, yeah, sorry. Yeah. That's what I meant. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, question. What is the shortest you've ever taken off in this? Because this is the other question I get. Like, I wonder, and I've told people, I'm like, it's almost negative feet probably, but what is the shortest you've ever taken off?
In competition, where people are measuring, I think my shortest takeoff was 13 feet. 13
feet. What about landing?
Landing, I hold the world record at 9.5 feet.
9.5 feet. That is awesome. Yeah. What an amazing number.
Yeah, my best combination I did at Sun and Fun, and it was a 27-foot combination. That's landing and the takeoff. That's been my personal best.
Can we look inside really quick?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh yeah. What a cool bird. And it is technically a two-seater, correct?
So this one here I licensed because I can. We have that as a two-place in Canada.
Awesome.
It'll carry the weight no problem. This thing is capable of putting 400 pounds back there and flying away with the horsepower. That 670 has been great. And you were back to, like, do I trust it? Do I fly the 670 in the backcountry? Yes, I certainly do. This particular engine I would not, because I'm hitting a lot of nitrous to it to compete with these guys with 1,200 pounds of thrust in the competition. But I put 540 hours or something on that first 670 of mine before it had an issue. Yeah. So, and it wasn't a crank related issue, it was a piston related issue with a seal. And I sent it out to Rick and said, check this crank out, because we're kind of in uncharted waters here. And like again, under the load that I'm putting on this thing, because it's not working hard, keeping it jetted right, running it often, keeping it in a hangar, he said that crank showed no signs of problems.
That's awesome.
So, but with that, they can go pretty fast. So I kind of said to myself, well, I get 500 hours out of them. I think it's time to, you know, they don't owe me anything at that point.
All right, guys, we took a quick break because of how loud it was. My next question for you is, How does it work with you coming into America from Canada to compete? And follow up to that is, are you gonna continue to do this so I have somebody to compete against if I build a plane?
Yeah, okay, well, we'll start with getting it into here and being allowed to fly it. I wasn't sure. I heard mixed reviews, so I went digging and digging and digging, and I finally, in the FAA's documents, found a form that gives me special rights to fly this licensed bird down here. Now, the only stipulation that's a little different is that you have to have a minimum of a private pilot's license. You cannot fly an ultralight in the US on a Canadian ultralight license.
Okay.
Which I thought, well, what? But okay, I didn't worry about it because I've got a commercial license. I'm way over certified.
Yeah.
So you've got this form, you sign it, fill it all out, and it's good for 180 days. So every 180 days I need to get, but you used to have to submit them. And then they would take forever to approve them.
Yeah.
Now that didn't work. That system didn't work for them.
Yeah.
So on the last page of it, when you first read it, you think, oh, I got to submit all this. And I thought, this is going to be a nightmare.
Yeah.
But on the last page, there's an exemption clause and a modification that says, no, now you just have to fill it out and carry it with you.
That's great. So that's
and
what you do.
the FAA is, they're happy. I've been ramp checked and everything.
We heart the FAA, just so you guys know. We love the FAA. So that's our disclaimer we have in the video. We love the FAA. Matter of fact, I was hoping for a good ramp check right now, so we'd all be happy. So are you gonna, like, so I told you the other day, I've talked to Tony Zorn, Beaverborn. I'm trying to find potentially a GT400 to make into this, and I don't know if that scares you. I can see you're a little startled. No, I'm just kidding. So are you gonna be here next year doing this?
So if I am, not much. My plan is maybe I'm gonna do Sun Fun again, because this one was on Sun and Fun's poster, and I got a T-shirt from Sun and Fun. It's the center plane on. I don't know if it's center, but it's on the back.
It's on the back. That's cool.
And I've got some incredible banners, and I've got the golden key to go down there and do demos anytime I want. So, and I do like that event. Then I'll probably hit Jennings, Louisiana, if they have that one there, and I don't know if that'll be National STOL likely. But then I'll start working at home. I've been 3 years at this. I've had an incredible run. These people are just incredible. This whole group of pilots.
Is this a retirement video? Is this what we're getting right now?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Well, then why am I making an airplane to compete against you? Because that's the whole point.
Because I have inspired you.
You have inspired me.
And so Frank Knapp, he was my inspiration.
Okay.
And this plane exists because of guys like him.
Yeah.
And I only ever got to compete one time against little Cubby.
Oh my god, okay.
And so he retired it the very next year after I got this one going.
Well, let me tell you what your inspiration said about you today. Frank Knapp said, I said, hey, have you seen Dan? He's like, chances are you're not going to find him. And tell him I said that. He's probably not over there. I said, okay, I'll tell him, because that's who I was interviewing before, for Legend, you know.
He is, him and Breedens and the guys up in Alaska, they're the reason that this plane exists. And I tell you, this is such a capable little plane for what I do in the backcountry. I had no clue that it was possible with this airframe.
That's awesome.
So because of those guys, it inspired me to do this, and I hope that I inspire you to do something great with an airframe.
Okay, so Tony Zorn, Beaverborn, we're still doing it. We're still finding something.
Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it. Carry the legacy.
I will carry it on.
Carry it on.
I'm gonna put a beard. I'm gonna put a little beard on. I'm gonna dress just like this, and I'm gonna say, hey, what's up, you hoser?
If everything's going good, like I've got a lot of family stuff. I've just been lucky. I've been able to do for the last couple of years without having to be home all the time. But now I need to be home a little more. I've got a lot going on with the farm and stuff. Even though I'm retired, I'm still busy. I'll never quit doing it.
I feel like I got the scoop. Is this the first time you're talking about it?
No, it's not. Everyone around this, all the pilots, I told them that this is going.
This is it, huh?
This is it. Eh?
Oh man, I didn't know. So, I honestly didn't know before I started filming. I was gonna segue into talking more crap to you about next year.
So yeah, well, I will hit maybe a couple next year on the way home.
Yeah.
And I will always do Valdez. Okay. Because I have so many friends over there, and I can just I leave in the afternoon and I can be over there in the evening.
Yeah, for sure.
Weather provided. And so that's pretty easy and doesn't take a lot of money or time.
Yeah.
So I enjoy the flight, actually, and all the friends that I've made over since 2016 have been going over there.
Yeah.
And more than I do, actually, because there's no one over there right now that even gives me a challenge.
Yeah.
So it's a demo flight.
Oh,
and then I get to do the toilet paper cutting. That's more exciting to me.
That's fun, yeah.
I get to do it for the crowd, and I love that. They love it, and so that's kind of fun. And my daughter, she's getting into it, so who knows if she really gets her teeth sunk in. I don't know. She's 15 now. She'll be licensed here this next year.
Yeah.
She's already able to fly a plane, no problem, but not licensed flying.
Yeah.
And she says she wants to do this, so maybe you'll be
here as a mentor.
back up and running, and maybe following her around and being her pit crew or something. And I'm hoping someday her and I can fly 2 of these over there to Valdez and compete against each other. And if she beats me someday, it'll be a proud dad moment.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be incredible.
Hey, what do you think about the father-sons we have in the Legend Cubs?
It's great.
It's amazing.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's just, we can't get enough of that.
Absolutely, I agree.
It's so cool, and we need to get the next generation going. It's our responsibility.
Absolutely,
So
I agree.
let's inspire people.
Is there anything we haven't talked about that you want the people to know, or about your airplane? Anything you could think of?
Oh, there's lots of things I'll probably think of as soon as you turn that camera off.
right?
But off the top of my head, yeah, those just. It's just if you just follow your passions, and if your passion is aviation, like mine is, I have several passions, and I followed them all my life, and not everybody has a chance to do that. I mean, I was lucky, but boy, it's sure been a nice ride, and you usually, if it's your passion, you'll do well in it, and you'll be happy. That's what, enjoy life.
This is why I have this YouTube channel, Dan. I started doing this YouTube channel because aviation was always my life when I was younger. And as I got older, I let it go away, and I finally am back into it, and that's why this channel exists.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Well, sure been a pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what is your expectations for today? I'm going to throw some cameras on his plane, guys, but give us some numbers today. What are we expecting from you?
It all depends on the wind.
Yeah.
You put a little wind on this bird's nose, and it's a game changer.
Yeah.
I mean,
right now it appears as though there isn't really
so
much.
yesterday I managed to have the shortest takeoff and the shortest landing, the shortest combinations. And what impressed me, every once in a while I get lucky. All 3 of my runs were in the 60s. Like there was not 10 feet difference between all 3 of the runs.
Wow, that's
as far as your combination skill. You know. So with that, I'm like, I got about as much as I could get in those conditions out of it. Today, pressure's off. It's just for the season standings, and to be honest, if I even come in second, I still win the season series.
Oh, really?
So I feel zero pressure.
No
today.
pressure. Well,
but I'm going to go out there and have fun and do the best I can, because that's what you always want to do.
I bet they're going to fire up.
Wow.
You guys, I feel like since you're here, we should have done a Canadian one. I mean, really, you're here. You're a competitor. Well, okay, here. Let's hot topic. What do you think about Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau dating?
Fuck, I can't believe you asked me that question.
Yeah, I'm going to. I gotta put people want to know.
Nothing shocks me with Trudeau. Nothing anymore.
Okay.
Katy Perry, I guess nothing shocks me with her either.
It's a double
and you know what? If they're happy, that's awesome. Other than that, I'm not going to comment.
That was the most Canadian question I could ask.
That is Canadian.
All right, good luck today, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Awesome day. Get out there. Get a short score. Let's try to break some records today.
I would love nothing better than to see That's not going to happen. I'd love to give it to them as a gift from all they've done for us pilots.
Yeah, I think you can still do it. Go out there and try it. Back to you, Ryan and Cam.
Guys, I'm utilizing my Legend status shirt to come over here and video Dan, because I videoed Legend stuff earlier. Here we got this camera on Dan's wing right here. Let's go. ocean out there.
Oh, that's so dumb. Yes, absolutely. It was bonkers. Bonkers, baby. All right, here we go. In third place with a combined score of 136 feet, Justin Metters. In second place with a combined score of 134 feet, give it up for Jared Garrettson.
Wow.
And then with a jaw-dropping combined score of 81 feet.
Yeah.
Let's hear it for Dan Reynolds.
Yeah. Good job, Dan.
Oh, even with no wind.
Yeah.
Come on over here, buddy. What do you just tell him what you just said about the performance he had?
Beautiful. There's the winner. Good job, man. What a great way to end the video. You come out on top.
Yeah.
Look at that, first place. Hey, congratulations,
Yeah,
man. Thanks for letting us make a video with you.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. The wind was not your friend out there today, but
Yeah.
still, you know, anytime I can, on a calm day, if I can keep my combination under 100 feet with this bird,
Yeah.
that's a good day.
Yeah, I looked a few times on downwind. It looks like you were kind of getting rocked a little bit. Was that just my vision? or-
Yeah, there's a little bit up there,
Yeah.
but it's more just waffles around. Like the second one, I actually think I got too tight to Jared,
Did you?
and I got in his wake turbulence still because
You know, he goes full throttle when he stops. He goes, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
and then he
I
leaves.
could not get into the slot when I got down low here.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. It was like, felt like it was gonna drop, and then all of a sudden it wasn't, and I just
Yeah.
that didn't work out.
Well, we decided your plane wasn't a plane; it's a helicopter. That's amazing. Hey, thanks for letting us do the video with you.
Yeah,
All
no
right.
problem.